Good morning, OKM. 7:06. Happy Monday to you. Your boy's getting it together right now. Why? Well, I'll be able to show you here in just a moment. But for me to show you, I know, it's radio. But you can download the WSIC News app. Here's the advantage. You get to see cool things. Cool things like me sitting in the bullpen right now. That's right. A Monday after Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great one. Hope you found some time to hang out with the fam a little. Maybe you ate some turkey. People do that on Thanksgiving. Although don't sleep on ham. I've said it for years. There's some people that think turkey will always be number one, but we know that things change. I mean, look at this weekend. Look at this past weekend. College football, short it. Not financial advice. But come on. I mean, tough weekend. Really tough weekend overall for college football. There was a few things that took place. If you didn't see, one that was just bad, and I had a video link, but I'm not going to show it. Well, I can't show it now. It's gone because I use Twitter a lot, so just heads up on that. So the videos kind of come and go sometimes. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Oh, shout out to the IG fam. I'm making them go too right now. Trevor Lawrence, he plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He is the quarterback, and he got absolutely clobbered. Clobbered being the official term. Did the concussion dance after? You know what I'm talking about, where like the body does the thing? Yeah. Saw it live on TV. There it is. It was there for the whole world to see. And then again for instant replay for everybody multiple times over as much as you want. That was the NFL. I mean, the NFL, we could argue. We could say, hey, these guys are pros. They're getting paid millions of dollars. College. What about college? College is still okay, right? I don't know. This past weekend changed my mind a little bit. So there's rivalries. There's a lot of rivalries. You think back to your rivalry, maybe your alma mater, maybe high school, maybe a team growing up you watched on the telly. And if you beat them, you wanted to celebrate. You wanted to. Maybe you'd plant the flag right in the middle of the field. That would probably be a pretty trolling / baller move right in the middle on the logo. A few teams did that this weekend. The teams who got planted on, not too happy about it. One that's close to home, unfortunately, is the NC State UNC game. I don't know if you saw that one. It kind of went a little bit sideways after I believe it was NC State who beat Chapel Hill. Spoiler, by the way. And then decided to plant the flag. The problem, though, is UNC not too happy about it.
In the middle of the field with fans on the field, this is not a pretty scene. This is not good. This is scary.
This is a full-on fist fight.
With their helmets off.
People throwing flags like they're javelins. Hide your kids, hide your wives.
In the middle of the field, the fight has spilled over to the NC State bench.
You know, I thought these guys were frat guys. I thought the frat guys, I thought that they had it under control together, rallied together. No, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. No, this was an all-out. Was something in the water that was different this year? I don't remember. This seems like a coordinated political attack against President-elect Donald Trump. I don't know what happened yesterday in college football, but see that's just the one that was close to home. I didn't say that was the only flag planting that went on. The one that probably caught a good amount of the news would have been probably Michigan, Ohio State. This one looked brutal. If you didn't see the Michigan-Ohio State one, Michigan beats Ohio State in is it the horseshoe? They're Buckeyes. And then they just plant this flag. I mean, they had a ceremony with this flag. in the middle of the field of Ohio State. And I have to give Michigan credit on this. Michigan is MIT. I mean, isn't that where MIT is? Or is that a different school? Because these guys seem like they're smart that go to Michigan. And they did something, either the Lord was with them and they knew it, and this was more of like a trumpet blast, or they're not as smart as we think they are. Because they plant midfield in the middle of Ohio State Stadium. And don't you worry. I know some of you are concerned right now. Justin, why it's already 7:12 and you haven't talked about food. I will. Don't worry. A lot of sports hit the timeline this morning. Michigan, Ohio State, middle of the field, planted it. Again, not the only team. Not the only two teams. I think this one's also real, unless this is just more of like a history archive that's now popping up in the middle of my timeline here.
We go final.
Florida and Florida State. Was this one on the list?
Chaos around college football started with Michigan, Ohio
I'm
State,
wondering if
USC,
this was like one
North
team
Carolina
saw,
State got into it.
and then the other ones are like, okay, let's see if they fight us. Let's see it. Let's see if our rivals are down to squabble this morning or this evening. So all the way around college football. That happened. I don't know what you were doing. And here's the list. So here's the list. I got a list from Grace Remington here on Twitter. Michigan, Ohio State, fight. NC State, UNC, fight. Arkansas, Missouri, fight. Auburn, Alabama, fight. Notre Dame, USC. And no, that's not the Gamecocks. The Gamecocks did beat Clemson this past weekend, though. Shout out to Bill Russell, President of Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce. Notre Dame, USC, SoCal, fight. ASU, Arizona, fight. And ASU not being App State. Arizona State. Let's be clear about that. ASU, Arizona, fight. Florida, FSU, showed that one to you, fight. Texas AMU, fight. What is going on in college football, people? Is it because of the portal? Can we blame this one on the portal? I don't know. There'll be more sports probably at some point. By the way, we're here. Bill's on his way. Don't worry. For those of you who are worried, some of you look concerned. I wanted to address that look on your face right now. If you're driving into work, we're going to chat with Jeff coming up next. He's going to be calling in. We're going to say, hey, see how his Thanksgiving was. Hope you had a great one. Word of the day. Looking like a introspective self-awareness kind of word of the day. We'll see. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director. He's going to be able to break down some of this about 8:30. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show. He'll be on too later on. Hey, did you see Gavin Newsom got a new house? It's pretty cool.
We'll have more Good Morning LKN coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine in mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight dropping into the low and mid-20s, and could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries. Wouldn't cause any issues though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Greystone Lodge in Boone.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Christmas in Davidson returns on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Santa's arrival and the tree lighting ceremony will be Thursday, December 5th at 6 p.m. on the town green. Christmas in Davidson runs nightly from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. The lighting of the downtown Statesville Christmas tree is set for Thursday, December 5th. Enjoy classic holiday songs at 6 p.m., watch Santa arrive in style, and see the tree lit at 6:45. Train rides will be available to kids of all ages, while horse-drawn carriage rides will surround you with sights and sounds of the holidays. Then on Friday, make plans to stop by Statesville City Hall for the Shop and Stroll and Santa Central. See you Thursday and Friday in downtown Statesville for Christmas and holiday fun. This Friday, downtown Mooresville presents the first of 2 Mistletoe Sippin' Shops. Downtown's unique shops and businesses will offer open houses, store specials, treats, and more. Bring your favorite people and enjoy shopping small this holiday season. Downtown Mooresville hosts the Mistletoe Sippin' Shop Friday from 6 p.m. until 8 along Main and Broad Streets. The North Mecklenburg Holiday Parade will take place Saturday at 1 p.m. The parade begins in Davidson and follows Highway 115 to the conclusion on Catawba Avenue in Cornelius. Visit townofdavidson.org for information. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:18. Happy Monday to you. Monday is that kind of day. It can be difficult to start off on the routine. I know some people. In my own house. You know, I did get the hug and the kiss before I walked out the door today, but it was a little bit of struggle. Let's see how everybody else is doing out there. RideICATS.com, alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte. Cruising with Jeff in the HOV lane. Good morning to you, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. No accidents reported this time. 77 north and southbound Statesville to Charlotte. There's some few pockets of heavy traffic, but things were flowing. You'll have your typical slowdowns in the Huntersville area. But secondary roads, Statesville, Troutman, Mooresville, everything looks good this morning.
Rocking and rolling, everyone getting the week started. Did you sleep basically from Thursday on, Jeff?
Oh, well, it was nice to have time off with family, and so it was much needed, and I'm sure it's hard for everybody to get out of bed this morning and get started.
Don't they say that the turkey has like some ingredient in it that makes you sleepy? Isn't that a thing about turkey meat?
I think I have heard something about that, but I know that I had a pastor friend that always would want to say about moderation, and I would say, Pastor Wayne, wait till after we eat to talk about moderation.
So one day where sweatpants is the highest fashion item. Jeff, we appreciate you, sir. Keep the streets safe. We'll chat with you about 8:15.
All right. Have a good morning.
You too, sir. See ya. We'll just let that one ride for a second while RideICATS.com, $1 from your front door around Iredell County to run some errands if you need to. ICATS taking care of that for you each day. Schedule your appointment, RideICATS.com. Tuesday, don't forget the VA in Salisbury. If you got appointments at the VA, make sure that you make them on Tuesday so you can get picked up by ICATS. Talked a lot of sports there in the first segment. A lot of things going on in college football. I'm sure that'll be one of the water cooler talks happening for you on the day. Another one that might be happening, and I was surprised about this one because you know that personally, if you've listened to the show, I am a big believer in their farms has now opened up the way to Trader Joe's. But I'm probably about to put my foot in my own mouth and ruin that for the entire community because come to find out, Trader Joe's founder, he discriminates on right-handers. Yeah. Trader Joe's founder, Joe, and I'm going to say his name wrong probably, and I apologize, Columbe. He was left-handed. And he used his left-handedness as a screen for hiring executives. Okay. Here's a quote from him. I think that left-handedness is the most important thing one can know about a person. The question was never on the employment application forms. And it's probably, I'm going to make this word up, verboten to ask these days. But dyslexia lurks in the brain of every left-hander, which means we see the world differently. Sometimes profitably. That's why when I interview people, I try to get them to write something. At one point, I was accused of running a cabal of left-handers at Trader Joe's. Again, that's a quote from Joe Columba. Kind of like the Columbo, Columbe, founder of Trader Joe's. So he discriminates on right-handers. I'd still take him, though. If Trader Joe's wants to come over here to Alexander Farms, I would not mind at all. I have two left-handers. My son and my daughter are both left-handed. Emmy's 3, Noah's 5. About to be 6 on Saturday. And they're both left-handers. My wife and I, Demi and I, we're not left-handers. Also was my anniversary this past weekend. Yesterday, in fact. 12 years. It was awesome. Smith & Wesson. Did you see that their account got suspended on Facebook? Pretty wild. Smith & Wesson, make sure you, W-E-S-S-O-N, Smith & Wesson. That is a firearms company. They posted on Twitter, despite our extensive efforts and resources spent on trying to adhere to Facebook's ever-changing community guidelines on firearms, our account was suspended indefinitely on Friday, November 22nd, 15 years after its original creation. In an era where free speech and the right to bear arms are under constant attack, we want to thank Elon Musk and X for supporting free speech and our constitutional rights guaranteed by the First and Second Amendments. 1-2 punch. While we work to reinstate our account, we encourage our 1.6 million Facebook followers and fans to seek out platforms that represent these shared values. I thought Zuck was now Team Trump. I thought they met at Mar-a-Lago. I thought that Zuck gifted Trump a graphic tee, and now they were besties. Maybe Trudeau, who flew in over. Did you see that Trudeau came in? Oh yeah, he flew in like under the radar, kind of sketchily, right? First off, because like Air Force One, like there's actual like planes. Like if you don't know about planes, and I'm making 96% of this up right now. They have like particular like license plates, kind of, if you think about a car, but we're talking about airplanes. And theirs is like on the side of their thing. Like Canada's got one too for like their president. Like we have Air Force One for the president. Air Force 2 is the vice president. Canada's got like CF-01, something like that. Some metric system style. Take the US to a metric system. CF-01. So we can track those because, the planes you can track in the sky. He came to Mar-a-Lago. They had lunch together. They chit-chatted. So between Mexico and Canada, I think we're straight now, guys. I think we're good. So, but if you're traveling around too for Thanksgiving and you came back, hope you had a great trip. Chicago, they've got a Christmas train. I've not been to Chicago ever in my life, at least that I can recall. I don't think, in fact, at any point I have been. Now, there is that possibility where your parents take you against your will when you're a child. And I don't mean like take you against your will like as if like, you're like 15 and like they capture you. I'm talking about like you're 4 and you have literally no other choice. But there is a Christmas train in Chicago that they could have taken me to, but my parents chose not to. I don't know if you've seen this. That music's coming from the video that's on the WSIC news app you can see right now. We're drone flying along with the Christmas train in Chicago right now. This thing would be cool to ride. I don't. Is it like a party thing? There's Santa on it too. Maybe they have like a drink buggy cart and you can hang out. They call it the L. Don't they call it the L? I did receive clarification from someone in the first segment, by the way. It is the Horseshoe at Ohio State. So if someone knows Chicago well, I think this is called the L. But again, we've never been there. But the Christmas train is going on there. One of the many Christmas things happening this past weekend, I had a chance to go to light up Cornelius, Corntown. It's a big old tree. I'm going to be honest with you. I was standing at the base of it, pretty tall. It's about 6 Justins. You don't have to convert it. It's straightforward. And I had the kids there, and they're about a half Justin. One of them's about a quarter Justin. So it's pretty tall. It's pretty darn tall. One of the cool things going on. Tomorrow, Christine Patterson, town of Mooresville. She's going to be joining as my co-host tomorrow. And Bill will be here as well. Bill's actually going to show up here today at some point, believe it or not. It's going to be fun, too. Tomorrow, though, Christine Patterson, who is co-host of I Heart Mooresville, the show that airs every Tuesday, the morning show tomorrow, because Mames is out of town until Wednesday day. And Mooresville's got some stuff coming up. They had one parade already. They had like a Christmas, it was a Christmas parade. But they have a classic Christmas as well. And so they'll have some events and some things going up. Davidson also, I'm pretty sure next weekend's your weekend to shine. I like the coordinated effort kind of going on all around the lake. You know what I mean? You have your, like, Burkdale was 2 weekends ago. You had Corntown this past weekend. Mooresville sprinkled a couple of different ways throughout. Davidson this coming up weekend. It's going to be exciting. And there's like a parade, I think, stuff at some point, too. I think there's a parade. I'm pretty sure there's a parade happening. Parades are cool. We're down with parades. We're cool with parades. And so you have your chance to see some of the events and hear what's going on. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. He's much more in tune with the events going on around the community. He's going to be hanging out about 8:45. So you're going to want to know what's going on as far as, hey, what's the events? What's going on? Oh, man, I got to figure that out. 8:45, drop in, WSIC News app. You just pop in that earbud. We'll be hanging out with you all day. Amazon, are you going Amazon the presents for Christmas? You might need to. You might like to. Amazon got FAA approval to test their new smaller delivery drones. Yep, you don't even have to leave anymore. Well, I guess you didn't have to technically with Amazon. You don't have to see anybody, I guess, technically. Just a drone coming to drop off a package and drop it. The new drones are lighter and quieter. Gen 2s. Over 50,000 products are available to be delivered to customers. Now, it's not available everywhere. You can't do this, here right now, unfortunately. But right now, well, maybe by Christmas, maybe they open it up. Who knows how fast? The internet moves fast. The program is being tested right now in Tucson, Arizona, a city that is a little west of Phoenix. Yeah. So they say it's historic. And it kind of is. I mean, dropping packages off on drones. I mean, we saw that, I feel like we've seen, a picture, but now we're talking about its scale. It was tested. There was some stuff on the internet. But now we're saying, hey, you will be able to, at least if you're in Tucson, Arizona for now, you could select, deliver by drone. They're saying it's delivery times of less than an hour. Less than an hour. I guess we have some problems. We need to work on our time management and preparation skills. And this is me talking to myself. Remember, this is self-awareness time. This is supposed to be word of the day. Bill gives us a word. We guess the definition. But we don't guess. And Bill's not here.
You should really stick around to hear what the crazy gang of three have to say next. Good morning, LKN on WSIC.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine in mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight dropping into the low and mid-20s, and could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries. Wouldn't cause any issues, though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageandWellness.com with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
This holiday season, give a gift the entire family can enjoy. A home upgrade with propane from G&B Energy. A roaring fire at the flip of a switch. An endless supply of hot water that ends the shower wars. Made possible with propane and G&B Energy. Even better, rebates worth hundreds are available on many propane installations by G&B Energy. If you receive damage from Hurricane Helene, rebates could be worth double. Visit G&B Energy to save or learn more at gbenergy.com.
Now is the right time to buy or sell your home. I'm Matt Madison with Madison & Company Realty. With high interest rates, low inventory, and a lot of people moving to our area, it makes people wonder. But we have the answers for you. Call us at Madison & Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at MadisonandCompanyRealtyNC.com. Madison & Company Realty, we've got you covered.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
This is Daniel.
And this is Marsha.
From NC Auto Repair. Keep that car running like new this new year by stopping by NC Auto Repair for all your automotive needs. We are now offering a customer loyalty program for your oil changes. If it's automotive related, we can handle it. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957. NC Auto Repair. And remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The Commerce Department announced new restrictions on China's access to components for computer chips and artificial intelligence. The agency also blacklisted another 140 Chinese entities that allegedly acted on Beijing's behalf. The new curbs apply to gear made here in the U.S. and to equipment produced by American firms at overseas facilities. Tesla shares are higher in pre-market trading. Tesla and other electric car makers have announced new discounts and buyer incentives in China to help them meet their annual sales targets. A Tesla engineer tweeted over the weekend that the company has started rolling out a new version of its driver assistance software to customers who pay $99 a month for it. And consumers looking for a real Christmas tree could find that prices are high this year. The Wall Street Journal says this has been an especially rough year for growers who have had to deal with root rot, labor shortages, and higher prices for all of their supplies. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio.
Now, back to more of Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:34. Happy Monday to you. Maybe you're rolling with a little bit of a hustle and bustle on into wherever it is you're heading right now. Be safe. I hope you had some time to enjoy with your fam this past week. It was Thanksgiving. You know, the traditional sense of those who work that corporate 9 to 5, you know, you get Thursday off, holiday. Friday typically comes with it. Sometimes in the corporate setting. So if you had the whole 4 days, you're probably messed up right now. It's okay, we'll get you back on track. I want to share with you about Gavin Newsom's new house. Do you know who Gavin Newsom is? I like talking about it. He's not from here. Like, do the things that he does affect our life in any way, shape, or form? I don't know. He's related to Nancy Pelosi, though, so that makes him fun to talk about. Also, he's the governor of California, and California's expensive to live in. Let's be honest. It's a completely different economy over there than it is here in North Carolina. Like, if you took your house and let's just say you were able to Amazon drone it to California, it would be pretty pricey over there. I think it's easy to say, no matter the house you have in North Carolina, if it got picked up and put in any part of California, and maybe I'm wrong about any part, but I feel pretty good, confident about it, it's going to be more. It's going to cost more. It's like a population thing or something. Anyway, Gavin Newsom bought a new house.
California Governor Gavin Newsom just dropped $9 million on a luxurious mansion outside of San Francisco. But just across the Golden Gate Bridge, the Blue City continues to battle massive waves of crime and homelessness. The Newsom family snatched the $9.1 million mansion off the market earlier this month. The 5,600 square foot home boasts 6 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a chef's kitchen, floor to ceiling windows, a guest house, outdoor sculptures, and a swimming pool and spa, just to name a few features. The architecturally stunning home is in Kentfield, which is just north of the city and has around 6,800 residents. Homes went for a median $2.8 million last month. While some neighbors are thrilled to see the high-profile family moving in, not all are lining up to throw them a block party. After hearing the news, one neighbor said, "I'll be cordial, but he is not getting a pie from me." The Newsom family's purchase was the 5th most expensive in Kentfield since 1999, according to a local appraisal blog.
All right. $9.1 million. Neighbor saying, "You ain't getting no pie from me, though." Come on now. At least give the man a cup of sugar if he needs. $9.1 million. It's probably hard to find the cup of sugar inside that house. And I don't know where you fall on the political spectrum, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't care. But governor of a state buying a private residence for $9 million. Now he's got money. He's clearly got money. Whole Pelosi family's got money. They're doing it right. Interesting, though, sticking with politics, it's not even the adult hour yet. President Biden, maybe you've been wondering, and I say President Biden because he is our president. He's out here doing stuff. He's doing big things. Taking care of his fam, too. And no, I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about his son. So yesterday it happened. It went down. What a bunch of people said was going to happen, a bunch of people said wasn't going to happen, and it happened. President Biden has pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. I'm going to read this to you. It's not that long. Some official language here. "To all to whom these presents shall come, greeting. Be it known that this day I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States, pursuant to my powers under Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1 of the Constitution, bam, have granted unto," now we're giving it to somebody, "Robert Hunter Biden," similar last name, coincidence? Not. "A full and unconditional pardon for those offenses against the United States which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in." We're going to come back to that one. "During the period from January 1st, 2014, gosh, can I get a could, through December 1st, 2024, a decade, gosh, including but not limited to," okay, "all offenses charged or prosecuted, including any that have resulted in convictions by Special Counsel David C. Weiss in docket number 123CR00061-MN. That's Mary Nancy. In the United States District Court for the District Court of Delaware and docket number 223CR00599MCS. That's Mary Charlie Sam. -1. In the United States District Court for the Central District of California, in testimony whereof I have hereunto signed my name and caused the pardon to be recorded with the Department of Justice, done at the City of Washington this first day of December in the year of our Lord, 2024, and of the independence of the United States, the 249th. An official pardon comes out. And it gets a little deeper. Let's talk about a couple of things from this letter right here. May have committed or taken part in addition to what he has committed. My understanding is that a pardon is for when you've been convicted of a crime federally, and now you're getting a pardon for that crime upon which you are convicted. but may have committed or taken part in, it's a little broader. January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024. The problem for me on that part is the math doesn't really check out. President Biden became president in 2020, January 1st, 2020, or January 20th, 2021, right? Wasn't it like about that date in 2021? Technically is when like I know it was the 2020 election, right? It was the 2024 election. But the president doesn't get sworn in until January after the election. So technically it was 2021 when Biden became president. But if I read this, and I don't think it's my vision, although it could be, memory's fading, vision's still there. January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024. So a nice 10-year span right there. That's pretty good. That's a good deal. If I'm thinking about it, hey, we can tack on some backside stuff too here. Why not? Throw it in there. And it's just weird because like this was like a big topic over the past few months in the political sphere. And maybe you don't care about the political sphere, so let me educate you for a second. This was a big deal. There was multiple times President Biden himself said he would not pardon his son. You know his press secretary is about to be on blast today. I don't know why she doesn't just throw in the towel at this point. Pierre, John say, I don't know. She's gonna get blasted. I saw multiple times she stood up for President Biden saying he is not gonna do this. He's not gonna do it. So of course, he had to at least release a letter. The funny part is I'm getting this from No Jumper right now on Twitter. So for those that know, and he put out a letter. President Biden put out a letter as well. Today I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making. I kept my word, even as I've watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser. People are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. The charges in his case came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then a careful negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's case. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's case can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son. And that is wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. For my entire career, I followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. They'll be fair-minded. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system. But as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process, and it led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision.
We'll have more Good Morning LKN coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine in mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight dropping into the low and mid-20s, and could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries. Wouldn't cause any issues though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here Here's your WSIC community calendar. Christmas in Davidson returns on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Santa's arrival and the tree lighting ceremony will be Thursday, December 5th at 6 p.m. on the town green. Christmas in Davidson runs nightly from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. The lighting of the downtown Statesville Christmas tree is set for Thursday, December 5th. Enjoy classic holiday songs at 6 p.m., watch Santa arrive in style, and see the tree lit at 6:45. Train rides will be available to kids of all ages, while horse-drawn carriage rides will surround you with sights and sounds of the holidays. Then on Friday, make plans to stop by Statesville City Hall for the Shop and Stroll and Santa Central. See you Thursday and Friday in downtown Statesville for Christmas and holiday fun. This Friday, downtown Mooresville presents the first of 2 Mistletoe Sippin' Shops. Downtown's unique shops and businesses will offer open houses, store specials, treats, and more. Bring your favorite people and enjoy shopping small this holiday season. Downtown Mooresville hosts the Mistletoe Sippin' Shop Friday from 6 p.m. until 8 along Main and Broad Streets. The North Mecklenburg Holiday Parade will take place Saturday at 1 p.m. The parade begins in Davidson and follows Highway 115 to the conclusion on Catawba Avenue in Cornelius. Visit townofdavidson.org for information. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
That morning pep talk for Lake Norman, Statesville, with Justin, Bill, and Mamie now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, okay. 7:48. Happy Monday to you. The Monday after Thanksgiving. Is this as bad as the Super Bowl Monday? No, this can't be that bad. Can you believe we're coming up on Super Bowl? Wasn't this like the last college football games? Wait, it's not. No, not of the season. Well, the regular season. It was a rivalry weekend. You see all the flag planting that happened? They should put, I think we should change it to capture the flag right in the middle of the field. Throw some bonus points in there. It's entertainment. Are we just upset because it's like college kids? Maybe this should become like part of it. Like, eat your shame. You lose. Our flag will be planted at the center of your field. It's all entertainment. I don't know why we didn't have this in the rule book already. Was it Michigan who started it too? Because I just have a hard time believing that one individual team on top of another individual team on top of another individual team and maybe even I think another individual team all originally had the idea, hey, it's Thanksgiving weekend, it's rivalry, let's plant the flag. It's a trend that right now we might be a little upset at. If you lost, you're upset. If you won, if you're Michigan, if you're a Michigan fan, are you bragging about your team today? Is that how you feel about it? Are you going to be like going through proud at work? Like, yeah, nah, we should do that. That's what they get. I don't know if football's made it to that level yet. I did watch the Panthers game. It was a late game. In my house with the youngins, you know, it's mostly animated. I'm not going to lie to you. We don't do a lot of the real stuff in our house. A lot of animation. And that requires a battle of the remote. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm not going to share them all with you right now. There's a possibility my son is listening right now on his way to school. And I can't tell him all my tricks. But on this type of night, I thought best, and actually it was my wife's idea. Shout out to her. It was our anniversary this weekend. And she said, you know what, just watch it in the bedroom. Got to tell me twice. So popped it on in the bedroom. Had to go back and forth to play action. Was able to watch the Panthers game. It was a late game. Started at, 4 o'clock? Something like that. Somewhere around that. So figure 4 hours, it was going to end, somewhere in the 8 o'clock range. I'm summarizing right now, obviously. Panthers did well overall. If you're not a fan, you should be. It's funny. I have this Panther sweatshirt I wear, and I like it a lot. I realize, though, it's probably a little loud for some people. It's like, you remember the Snuggie? Do they have a jingle, too, by the way? Snuggie, Snuggie. Something like that. Probably not. It's like a Snuggie, but it's got a giant Carolina Panther on the exterior for all the world to see from my front-facing side. And then I had the hat to match. And I realized, there was, a Gen Zer inside. I think I went into, Publix. Had to just grab something real quick. He, dapped me up. And for you, more seasoned folks, it's we did a handshake. But it was a fast handshake. It wasn't an official, hey, it's nice to meet you. Look me in the eye. It was yo, what's up? Slap, slap. And we dapped up. And I didn't realize it till after. It was because he thought I was cool. I'd say that's a win for me. So, President Biden pardoned his son. Panthers lost. They got cheated, just like Hunter Biden. President Biden says he got cheated. There's a lot of Biden in that. Panthers also got cheated. I'll say this confidently. We got cheated. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever. The refs have it out for the Carolina Panthers, and I could prove it. I could prove it with a replay.
Working it. He's got it right there. Knees down, elbows down. That's a touchdown.
Elbow are down.
He knew it when he got up right away.
Now, does he control it all the way through the catch when he gets to the ground?
That's a good question. The official's right there.
And right there, that looks like a touchdown, but the ball's hidden behind.
Question the official number 27. This was it. This is when I knew it was in for us. Something's going on with the Bucs and Baker Mayfield. I don't know what, but somebody else knows. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director, 8:30. We'll talk to him. We'll see what he's got on the inside scoop on this bad boy. It's hard for me to look. It was ruled an incomplete pass, so you have to have enough evidence to overturn it. That's the rule. Okay. We saw all the pieces of the rule. If you wrote out the rule, which has anyone ever done that for football? No, but they should. Write it out step by step. Check the box. Panthers all day. So, does it really matter right now? No. In fact, I should be happy because we just got closer and closer to a better draft pick. Is that what it should be about for the rest of the season? How many games are left? 2, 3? Not many. Maybe 4. Lost count. We should be able to just go for the better pick at this point. I'm not against it. It's not a pride thing for me. I want to win. But we're not winning a championship this year. And if we're not winning it this year, let's talk about next year. I'll give it to Bryce Young. And I'm willing to be critical of anybody. And I'll be very clear with you. As long as Tep and any future owner will have us, WSIC will continue to carry Carolina Panthers. I will die a Carolina Panthers fan. I've accepted it. You may disagree with me and say, Justin, why would you put yourself through such pain and such hurt and such heartache? Why would you put your family through this? Why would you embarrass the generations? I was dropped on my head a few times as a kid. But Bryce, I'm okay with you staying. I'm okay with you hanging out with us for a while. You're having fun. I just want to have fun with football. I don't want it to be a big thing. I don't know enough about it. Spoiler, I don't do, whatchamacallit. Dang, see, that's an example right there. Bill would know this too. Every season, you can pick your players, and then the draft. Well, the draft you know what I mean. You see, I'm giving you an example right now. The point is, if you have fun, for me, the focus is economic development. Yeah, I said it. Let's keep the money churning machine for our city going. Bryce, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Who's not doing too good right now? The Netherlands. Tough to be Dutch right now. I think they're Dutch, right? Again, something Bill would know. He'll know when he gets here. The Netherlands supposedly are getting closer, creating an exit tax for citizens. I think California's got something like this as it relates to property. So just, when you see it happening in Europe, use caution in the United States. The Netherlands proposes a new exit tax for citizens who leave the country. Income and presumably capital gains, investments, to be taxed for 5 years after leaving the country. Whew, that's a whole cycle right there. Expected into effect in 2025. They don't want you leaving. They don't want you taking their piggy banks with them, with you, when you leave. The House of Representatives has passed a motion allowing the introduction of an immigration tax. That was immigrant. Well, immigration is the in. Immigration, that must be how you conjugate and get to the exit. Immigration tax. The motion tabled by Lawrence Dasson, Volt, I'm guessing that's a party or something, and Peter Grinwis, Christine Uni, again, I'm guessing that's their parties over there. Joke's on them. Focuses on taxing the income of Dutch people who leave the Netherlands. I thought they were like the richest people in the world and they didn't worry about it. I thought they didn't have any concerns. They got free health care and all that for everybody over there, I thought. I thought everything was good. I mean, if it's not too good, if you're worried about people leaving and you got to take their money on the way out, doesn't really seem like it's their money then, you know what I mean? Kind of makes you question. Again, I think California does this with like a property tax thing. They're hitting you with that tax on the way out. South Carolina does something too. They do somewhere like when you sell, it's a tax. Like if you didn't live there, it's not your primary residence or something like. There's something going on there. Ask an attorney down there in South Carolina about that too. Not that I'm hating on South Carolina. But that's an interesting move. So when you start seeing that kind of stuff trickle in here to the United States or vice versa, don't worry, I'll keep you apprised. I'll keep you informed. That's what I'm here to do. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director, going to join us about 8:30. David Ortiz, do you remember that name? I think he went by Big Papi or Big Papa. Big Papi. It's Big Papi. It's with an I. He becoming the first Dominican to own a team as he becomes part owner of the Boston Red Sox. Good for him. That's awesome. I love this, like, it's got to be related to that, like, percentage thing, right? Isn't it like 10% or something like that? These teams can sell now to these different types of folks that can be involved and stuff. In the business world, do we call that a capital call? Because I don't think that's good. But, I mean, hey, it gives people the opportunity. We like giving people opportunities. So now, Big Papi, David Ortiz, first Dominican to own a team as he becomes part owner of the Boston Red Sox. Baseball's another one of those sports. Well, it's a sport. I know a little bit about it. Not much. Noah likes to hit, though. He's big on hitting. He likes to swing the bat. He's pretty good on a glove, too. Am I going to have to become a baseball dad? I haven't reached that phase yet, though we're definitely at the point the kids have to start doing something in the spring. That's what we've decided. You can't just create a WWE ring in the middle of the living room. And stop trying to plant the flag around your sister. Stop it.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Welcome home to the feeling of Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is family owned and operated and understands the meaning of community. We treat you like family because you are family. Visit hornhvac.com.
It's a miscarriage of justice. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President-elect Trump is calling President Biden pardoning son Hunter. Posting on Truth Social, it's an abuse. Yet, The president used the same phrase defending the pardon.
President Biden says it's clear his son Hunter was treated different during federal prosecutions for a gun charge and tax offenses, arguing raw politics infected the process and led to a miscarriage of justice. The White House and the president repeatedly said a pardon for his son was not being considered following convictions in Delaware and California federal courts. Hunter Biden was scheduled to be sentenced this month and faced the possibility of jail time.
That's Fox's Jared Halper. Now, President Biden's in Africa visiting Angola, leaving right after issuing that pardon that goes beyond the gun and tax cases. It also covers any crime Hunter Biden might have committed in the last 10 years. Congressman Corey Mills tells Fox
he's continued to try and go ahead and bail his son out instead of doing what's right, which is allowing the scale of justice to actually rule.
House Republicans have been investigating Hunter Biden's overseas business dealings and if the president was involved. Israel's military confirmed this morning one of its soldiers held hostage in Gaza, who is also an American, is dead. Adding Omer Nuetra was actually killed in the October 7th terror attack last year, and Hamas took his body along with hundreds of hostages. This says humanitarian aid for Gaza has been suspended.
The biggest UN agency providing aid to Palestinians says the most important entry point between Israel and Gaza just isn't safe. UNRWA reports 2 recent convoys were looted by armed gangs near the Kerem Shalom crossing. It's calling on Israel to maintain order.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. It's Cyber Monday. A lot of Americans will shop while they work.
Shoppers are searching for big deals and deep discounts today. And according to Adobe Analytics, consumers are expected to spend a record $13.2 billion, making it the year's biggest shopping day for e-commerce.
That's Tanya Powers, America's List.
Trump's victory doesn't mean our financial worries are over. Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. Washington's spending addiction still threatens your savings. That's why I recommend gold IRAs from my friends at Birch Gold Group. These accounts protect your retirement from government mismanagement. For a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word SHELTER to 989898. Don't wait. Text SHELTER to the number 989898 now for your free kit from Birch Gold.
Message and data rates may apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Christopher Wray may not be the FBI director much longer, even though his term leading the bureau doesn't end until 2017. Wray may be fired by President-elect Trump, who over the weekend nominated a new FBI director.
President-elect Trump has picked Kash Patel, a former prosecutor, to lead the FBI and likely reform it. GOP Senator Bill Hagerty of Tennessee said he would back the nominee.
He's the one that uncovered for the American public what happened with Russiagate. He's the one that can see through the fix here.
Connecticut Democratic Senator Chris Murphy already says he's a no vote. Murphy says Patel believes
that the Department of Justice should serve to punish, lock up, and intimidate Donald Trump's political opponents.
Both were on NBC's Meet the Press. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Closing arguments are in 2 hours in a New York City courtroom in the case against Marine veteran Daniel Penny and the death of a homeless man.
Daniel Penny's accused of second-degree manslaughter for putting Jordan Neely in a chokehold on a subway car last year after he began threatening to kill people, saying he didn't care if he went to jail. While jurors didn't hear from Penny himself directly from the witness stand, they did hear from the Marine veteran in his own words when an interview he did with police was played back to them. He had said at the time he didn't want to hurt Neely, he just wanted to keep him from hurting others. Other witnesses told jurors that they were in fear when Neely started to openly threaten violence. Prosecutors from the Office of District Attorney Alvin Bragg say Penny overreacted and was reckless when he restrained Neely. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures mix not moving much after the Dow closed November at a record high. On Sunday Night Football, the Bills plowed the 49ers in the snow in Buffalo.
Allen stepping up, pumping, running, scoring again.
Josh Allen and the Bills routed San Francisco 35-10 on NBC, clinching a division title for Buffalo. Other division leaders that also won: Houston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Seattle, but Atlanta lost. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine in mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight dropping into the low and mid-20s, and Could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries. Wouldn't cause any issues, though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Pomodoros of Mooresville is now under new ownership. Come see why Pomodoros is what everyone in Mooresville is talking about. View the full menu now at pomodoros.com or taste for yourself at Pomodoros of Mooresville.
Harrison's is the home of Work, Western, and Wow! We're the Southeast leader in Carhartt, and nobody has more in-stock work boots. The store is filled with Ariat, Cinch, Wrangler, and more. Get great clothing and footwear for the whole family at Harrison's. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06. Happy Monday to you. If you're just hitting the streets, Jeff with ICATS going to be joining us about 8:15. We'll get a look out there and see what's going on. You know, only for $1 you can get picked up from your front door, get your errands ran around the county, really all of Iredell, and then you can get back for $1 too, right? ICATS.com. You don't have to go out for Cyber Monday. That's the whole point of Cyber Monday, is you just do it from the house. You just get to hang out. Maybe Amazon's delivering via their new drone system at some point here. But best of the best, I feel like I have to search that now. You can't just search, best Cyber Monday deals, because SEO and just the internet, everyone knows what that is now, right? Like how to get to page 1, right? So you really have to search. So I did best of the best Cyber Monday deals. You got to take it like a layer deeper. Funny part is, and this, I ended up on Wired.com for this. Still at the top, number 1. I find this just hysterical in the day and age we live in. Samsung 65-inch TV. That's at the top of the list still. I thought we were over the whole TV craze, working through it. But no, TVs, maybe it's because it's Wired.com, but a lot of tech stuff, pretty much all tech stuff. The funny part, too, on New York Times, if you look at their list, their number 1 thing, and I'm hoping this is a good omen for us, good vibes. LL Bean Sonic Snow Tube. So maybe we're gonna snap that lack of snow streak. I think we're over 1,000 days now. I think it's definitely been over 1,000 days. That's a Mamie question. She'll be back on Wednesday. Bill's back here in the studio. He'll hop on at some point. Maybe we'll have a word a day or something. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen. I had a lot of sports on the sheet, too, this morning. And thank you for that. Fantasy football was what I was referencing earlier. That's what I was referencing. Cyber Monday deal, you can get the LL Bean Snow Tube. That'd be pretty sweet here for the local area. I'm not good at buying a random gift online. Because I have to think about what I'm going to get Demi for Christmas. And I can talk about her now because she's at school. I have to think about what I'm going to get. And I don't want it to be an online move where I'm going to test something new. Because if it comes, the pictures can look really great. They do a fantastic job with these things online now, the way they showcase you the product. But then you get it to the house and you're like, whoa, that's not exactly what I thought it would look like, babe. And here's the problem with that response. And this isn't to blame Demi, right? This is a natural inkling of someone who cares about not the quantity of gift, but the quality of gift. The quality is the higher focus. Well, you didn't check it out before you bought it? You ordered it online. It's like when my dad said to me that one time. Well, he said it multiple times. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's what it feels like. So I don't want that. I don't know, though. Maybe you've got a great, killer idea for, and some people like gift cards. Gift cards, I don't think we should slip on gift cards as far as if you're going to get it for somebody. Also, it's a way to support Western North Carolina. So that's pretty cool, too. You can do that as well. I did hear earlier in the Bloomberg, as far as the Bloomberg Money Minute, about the trees and the cost of stuff. Western North Carolina is certainly a factor of that. We export a lot of trees from Western North Carolina. Athletics moving to Vegas. I think I mentioned last week baseball coming to Vegas. Didn't we talk about that a little bit, Bill? I think we did. And then I see this post. So this has obviously been in the works for a while. I'm the last one to know about it. That's cool. Athletics moving to Vegas, maybe. Just maybe. It's not looking like it's an official thing yet. It's not looking like, it's a done deal. Because they have to go before, I guess, what they call the Las Vegas Stadium Authority Board, because I guess they got so many stadiums, they got a board for their stadiums. And it's set for, I guess, is it this Thursday? Yeah, this Thursday. The Athletics will have to prove, and this is Las Vegas locally on Twitter, the Athletics will have to prove they have the financing available to build a $1.5 billion stadium on the Strip. On the Strip. In a meeting with the Las Vegas Stadium Authority Board set for Thursday, many critics doubt that John Fisher, guess that's the owner of the Athletics, they doubt that he can secure the necessary funds. Dang, a baseball stadium on the Strip in Vegas? That's pretty wild. What happens when they hit it? Can they hit it out of the park? Like now talk about F1, right? Like now baseball has kind of invaded. And are they going to let a net? They're not going to let a net be there. So when they say the Strip, I don't know. I have questions. But pretty cool idea. I guess it makes sense for Vegas to get a baseball team. That doesn't cap off all the majors, does it? I mean, they got quite a few, but I think they have a soccer team.
Las Vegas?
Yeah.
No.
They don't have a soccer. They don't have an MLS team?
I can't think off the top of my head.
Okay.
No.
All right. Add that one to the list then of what they need to add to the arsenal, I guess. They have the professional football now. They've got the Las Vegas Raiders.
Correct.
We're looking at potentially the Las Vegas Athletics.
Right. And what's interesting there is that they announced in Oakland last year.
Yeah.
We're going to Vegas. So for this, at least not to have where we're going to play to be finalized, seems
so
a weird way to do business.
The A's, they cart before the horse? Is that what we're calling that?
That is the term, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The team plans to present 4 letters demonstrating their financial readiness, including
4 letters.
4. I signed one of them. No, including a $1 billion equity pledge. I didn't sign that one. From John Fisher's family, personal, and a $300 million construction loan from U.S. Bank and Goldman Sachs.
What is it? An IOU?
Yeah, definitely.
My word is my bond.
Promissory note.
Yes.
Promissory. They also have up to $380 million in public financing available, a.k.a. taxpayer dollars, likely from the war chest that is Las Vegas.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's really it's the way they do it. It's probably not their taxpayers. It's probably everyone else coming to their city's money.
Right.
So who wants a piece of it? Again, Major League Baseball. And I'm thinking back now to my statement about 46 seconds ago. Is football the only professional sport? Do they have a hockey team?
Yes, they have the hockey.
Okay, they have the hockey. Okay. I was like, maybe it's actually early. Maybe this is. Maybe
they got the hockey. They have
early.
Women's basketball, which does pretty well over there.
Okay. Makes sense. Anything entertainment related makes sense for Las Vegas is I guess what I'm saying. Baseball is entertainment.
Correct.
So that makes sense to add this. It's not just another casino, right? Like a new casino isn't going to make you want to go to Vegas.
Correct. And baseball would be perfect to have a casino in there.
Like the number 1 gambling sport. I don't know. I'm making that up too. But it's probably up there, right?
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be up there.
It's got to be up there. How much money do you think was lost on the play call with the Panthers and the touchdown from Thielen this week? How much you think? Although we were the underdog, right?
Right. How much money could have been made? Yeah, I don't know. But that was definitely, I was listening to you on the way in. By the definition, if you do the check box, I like the check box technique.
Thank you.
That's a catch. So.
And at this point, I thought about it this morning while I was in the shower. This was between conditioner and brushing my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need a text-in number now for the NFL. Like, text your footage.
Right. What are you seeing?
AI. Because think about it, if the problem is an angle, you got 5,000 probably in a matter of 10 minutes if you really wanted to. Let the AI sort it out. Think about that.
That was a catch.
Stay where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine in mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight dropping into the low and mid-20s, and could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries Wouldn't cause any issues, though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Nina's Boutique.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Christmas in Davidson returns on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Santa's arrival and the tree lighting ceremony will be Thursday, December 5th at 6 p.m. on the town green. Christmas in Davidson runs nightly from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. The lighting of the downtown Statesville Christmas tree is set for Thursday, December 5th. Enjoy classic holiday songs at 6 p.m., watch Santa arrive in style, and see the tree lit at 6:45. Train rides will be available to kids of all ages, while horse-drawn carriage rides will surround you with sights and sounds of the holidays. Then on Friday, make plans to stop by Statesville City Hall for the Shop and Stroll and Santa Central. See you Thursday and Friday in downtown Statesville for Christmas and holiday fun. This Friday, downtown Mooresville presents the first of 2 Mistletoe Sippin' Shops. Downtown's unique shops and businesses will offer open houses, store specials, treats, and more. Bring your favorite people and enjoy shopping small this holiday season. Downtown Mooresville hosts the Mistletoe Sippin' Shop Friday from 6 p.m. until 8 along Main and Broad Streets. The North Mecklenburg Holiday Parade will take place Saturday at 1 p.m. The parade begins in Davidson and follows Highway 115 to the conclusion on Catawba Avenue in Cornelius. Visit townofdavidson.org for information. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the Oval, Pit Road, and infield. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:18. Happy Monday to you. If you're rolling on into the old workplace this morning, getting started on your day, let's find out how things are looking out there. RideICATS.com, alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte. Cruising in the HOP lane with Jeff. Good morning to you, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. No accidents to report at this time. 77 southbound. There's some heavy congestion, stop-and-go traffic around Samford Road in Huntersville, also around Gilead Road, about down to 485. 77 south as you get in the city of Charlotte. There's some stop-and-go traffic around LaSalle Street. 77 northbound from about 485 up through Gilead Road. There's some heavy congestion in that area. Besides that, everything's looking good on 77. Secondary roads, Statesville, Troutman, Mooresville. I've not heard of any issues this morning, so hope everybody has a good start to the week.
Absolutely, Jeff. We appreciate it. Keep those streets safe and warm, too, because it was chilly this morning. There was a 3 in front when I left, so stay warm out there, Jeff, and we'll chat with you tomorrow.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. RideICATS.com, $1 from your front door on Tuesdays. That's tomorrow to the VA. You can make your appointment now. RideICATS.com, $1 to get to the VA in Salisbury, $1 to get back every Tuesday. At Jaguar, I'd let you know about Jaguar, that their new philosophy on life about a week or two ago, I think now at this point. Their car design has leaked. This was on, I guess, WeChat in China, and it has now leaked out to the masses. and this is coming from Car Dealership Guy on Twitter. It's somebody I follow. Guy Dealership is his handle. Start off Anon. He's no longer Anon, but a really great follow for if you're interested in the car industry. Leaked images of Jaguar on WeChat China. Concept car, a lot of hype going on about it. I'll be honest with you, it's got definitely, I kind of want to say like a Porsche vibe to it, but then it's also got the back end, and you can be seeing this too, the WSIC News app if you download it on iOS or Google Play. But I'll talk you through it, don't worry. It's pink. I call it pink, but some probably call it magenta. Again, it's fashion. And the wheels are nice. They look thick and sturdy, like they could handle some things. Body is very low. I mean, body is very low. It's coupe. It's coupe design. Again, it's got a Porsche combo, Porsche front with a Jag backside. So, again, Car Dealership Guy on Twitter. He has some great posts. This weekend was pretty wild. I believe over the weekend, somebody big at Nissan ended up getting let go. And then there was also, I believe, Stellantis. That's another one. So yeah, Nissan, the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, Stephen Ma. He was set to step down at Nissan. And again, Stellantis. The car industry has had a whirlwind of a past couple of years. I mean, all of them. And now there's going to be a massive shift again in the car space. It's the EV market. It's about to completely turn again. And I'm not saying it's like going to be a downturn in the sense of like everyone's going to fail. But some of these dealers that put a lot of money into the style of EV and the process and the manufacturing and the EPA, all the regulatory side that had been in place under the Biden administration, you're talking about billions of dollars. And it's private companies, so you may say, oh, well, it's not taxpayer dollars. No. People own shares. Like a lot of these are publicly traded companies that are like, you can own Ford. And if you own Ford shares, and you bought it at a time where there was hype surrounding, let's say, the Ford Lightning, which is their EV version of their truck. For word on the street is that it's just been a disaster as far as the sales of these things and the manufacturing of these things. And that's just one brand. And so again, it's going to shift in some way, shape, or form. Will Tesla now finally be that like kind of front runner that like publicly the powers that be in this space? Because I'm not in the green space, you know what I mean? I like good old petroleum, you know? And so for the powers that be haven't really recognized Tesla. The previous government stuff, again, a regime, and now we're going to see some practical effects. Again, it's not about the politics. It's, okay, now we're going to get into the policy. And we're going to see it fast. It's official as far as Trump announcing and it being, I think the paperwork is finalized. Trump is not taking any taxpayer dollars for his transition team. Practically, what does that mean? There's a particular department within the executive branch that like handles this kind of stuff of transitioning, and it usually has to do with money and what you have to, strings come attached to that money as part of the process. But supposedly Washington, D.C., both sides, they're up in arms. Nobody knows what to do because nobody can tell President-elect Trump what to do with his transition in essence right now. And they're all everybody is panicking. You heard earlier on the Fox update, if you were listening to the national update there, Kash Patel, I guess, the new appointee for FBI. Supposedly this guy's going to come through. He's talking about Diddy list. He's talking about Epstein list. So we'll see. The confirmations haven't even started yet. That's the thing. January 20th isn't even here yet. This is the most efficient setting up of our government in transition ever. No president has done this before. And so what does it look like for a president who is going for efficiency? That is you're talking about someone like Elon Musk who is going to be actively involved with this process. Efficiency is the name of the game. What is it going to be like on day one? Like why even do a whole song and pomp and circumstance in front of Congress? Just hand on the Bible, get to work at the front door. Like what if he goes that route? Just slap it to them. Nah, cost of taxpayers too much. We're getting to work. By the way, no taxes. Like just like, day one, just go for it. We'll see. It's a lot of moving parts. But again, the auto manufacturing industry is going to have a big shift. I see these Cybertrucks. Here's where I think it's going to get interesting. Let's bring it to North Carolina. The gas tax that we currently have, right, and EVs are a big X factor right now there as well. Something I've noticed about all these cool Cybertrucks. I actually found one parked in a driveway, like as if that's the residency the other day when I was driving through. I mean, I'm not like, hey, Cybertruck. But the Cybertrucks have weighted license plates, I noticed. So for the gas tax to account for the EV stuff, if they go with a weight-based model for taxes, you're talking about a commercial weighted vehicle in a Cybertruck. That's not like your, Toyota Camry. Like we're talking about a different level of tax. So if that happens, I think that's also going to be an interesting phase of it. If the benefits, because North Carolina, the tax credits or whatever it is, subsidies, whatever it was, the taxpayer dollars that were put toward people, incentivizing people to buy EV vehicles, has sunsetted in North Carolina. I believe it has at the federal level as well. Here's the one I've got my eye on. I know wind is not going to work because it's killing all the porpoises. We know it's not going to work. Solar has a chance. But here's the thing about solar. Solar it'll never power everything. Solar can't power everything. Can it be a strong piece? Absolutely. And so I do think solar and home solar are going to be an interesting conversation over the next 4 years. And I say this because Tesla, and again, I mean, just the powers that be, we're going to see the shift as far as which philosophy of alternative energy is going to be in control, and we're seeing that shift. Tesla has a home power wall like charger, like a home base, like it'll store all your power. And so you throw then a Tesla home solar kit with it. Is there enough tax incentive given to encourage people? But North Carolina, when we've talked about this before, and you've maybe heard it on this show, or you've heard it on Today's Real Talk, which airs today, actually, at 3 o'clock. Me and Claudio Griesick. Claudio Griesick with Compass Real Estate, great real estate broker here locally in the area, and something you should definitely check out. If you need somebody to hold your hand and make sure you do things right, you call Claudio. But from a local perspective, HOAs are a big deal, telling people what you can and can't have. My neighborhood, I can't have solar if it's seen by neighbors. I can do it on whatever, part of the roof that's like not showing at the street. That's kind of the rule in our particular hood. And so every subdivision is going to be different. But if you're going to get solar involved, you've got to solve the HOA. I don't want to call it an issue because I don't want to take away from the rights of a local group to be able to say we want and don't want things, because that's what we're getting into here. The pendulum is swinging fast, and I think we should be aware of that. It's great that we're going to go back to much more broad-based freedoms, I think, with this, regime that's about to come in. But remember, last time, I think we've all accepted the numbers the way they've come out, and the disastrous video from Kamala as far as the apology video or whatever it was, the keep fighting video she tried to do. I don't know if she was drunk or whatever, but the pendulum can swing really, really hard. And so the parties are different now. To be a Republican, to be a Democrat, that's all different now. And we're at the middle of that reset. We're happening as we're working through this one. So get involved. That's what I would say, because locals are coming up soon. Next year, local elections. So it's a great opportunity to get involved, learn a little bit about the process. Maybe you know absolutely nothing about it. Here's the key. Your vote matters. Can I start saying that already? Get out and vote. It's less than a year away. Get out and vote. Make sure you're registered. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director, going to be up next. Also, Patrick Reynolds, we're going to chat with him, see how the weekend was. There was all these trees getting lit up everywhere. Bill got a tree? Man, I'm excited to talk about all the trees.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie is on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine in mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight dropping into the low and mid-20s, and Could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries. Wouldn't cause any issues, though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Be a part of the conversation.
I listen on the way to work.
Have your say.
It's more than just opinions, it's facts.
This is WSIC News Talk Now.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville is known for the prices and selection, but I tell you what, you may not have known the distinction that this store received with Ford and Lincoln this year. We received the President's Award for 2023 for Ford for the 5th year in a row. We also received it for Lincoln for the first year, and I tell you, those awards don't come easily. It all boils down to taking care of the customers and having the vehicles you want in stock for you to buy.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
How do you know which vitamins, herbs, or homeopathics are right for you? Come to Lowry Drug. You will be amazed at our selection of natural products, including vitamins, minerals, protein supplements, herbs, homeopathics, essential oils, and Bach flower remedies. We have quality products and smart selection for your better health. Come see us at Lowry Drug on Harkness Road in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
Family, quality, value. With a legacy of excellence for over 40 years, Horn Heating and Air Conditioning will make your house feel like a home. Welcome home to the feeling of HornHVAC.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Buying that next diamond ring will likely be cheaper. De Beers, the world's biggest producer, is cutting prices for the precious gems by more than 10% across the board, as the company has been unable to put a floor under the slumping market. A collapse in the Chinese luxury goods market, as well as the rise in popularity of man-made diamonds, has helped extend a slump that began post-pandemic. As you shop for a real Christmas tree this week, you may find prices are high this year. The Agriculture Department says the number of trees harvested has been declining since 2002. The Wall Street Journal reports that this year has been especially tough on growers who have had to deal with root rot, labor shortages, higher prices for their supplies, as well as foreign competition. Costco is reportedly ending selling books year-round at most of its locations. Reports say that starting in January, books will become more of a seasonal item at the retailer, with book sections being brought back for the holidays and at other select times during the year. I'm Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
Now, back to more of Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:34. Happy Monday to you. Getting the week started off after a long weekend of sports. Long for some, but it was, in my mind, one of the most fascinating weekend of sports from a couple of different angles. I want to start with just football overall. Joe Berg, WSIC sports director, joins us in here. Also host of The Scoreboard, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6. Tough weekend for football. Mentioned it earlier. There's a lot of flag planting going on.
Yeah. It's rivalry weekend, or it was rivalry weekend, I should say.
Okay.
In college football.
Rivalry weekend. Has this been done before?
Oh, yes. Rivalry weekend is one of the best weekends in college football.
Rivalry weekend, yes, but the flagging in the middle.
Yeah, I think the pioneer of this is actually Baker Mayfield, back when he was at Oklahoma, planting flag on Oklahoma State's field. And it wasn't it was a big deal because, the media needs something to talk about. But it wasn't a big deal in the sense that the other team got so mad that they were starting physical brawls on the field. And now you see Michigan and North Carolina and NC State got into it as well. And
I was surprised about that right there. I mean, you'd think that, The frat bros would know how to calm it down a little bit. Come on.
You would think, but I think it just comes to the kind of world that we live in now. Nobody can take a loss peacefully. Everybody's mad. Everybody's up in arms, and it's like learn how to lose with grace. I don't know what you lost. The other team has the right to then plant their flag on your field because they won.
Okay, so every game policy we're gonna go for. Let's
Well,
go to
for
the other
rivalry
end.
games.
Let's go. Every game, the other team gets to plant the flag.
Sure.
Right in the middle.
I'm all for it.
Conquer.
Why not?
Conquest.
It's college football, baby.
Okay, college football happened. So Michigan and do you think it was one team and then the others like saw it on TV or on Twitter or social media, got texted from a friend?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't know if I'm a college football player on a Saturday and if I play like a 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock game, I don't know how much they're sitting down at noon and watching to the end of a game that starts at noon, because that'll end at about 3 o'clock or so. They're probably getting prepared for their game that's coming up. So I don't know if they necessarily saw it, but with all the correlation that we saw on Saturday, you would think that there was something seen and they said, yeah, we're not going to allow that if we lose. And then that's where you get into the problem. You say, if we lose, and then it's a possibility.
I'm trying to think back, Bill, when we played, because Bill and I played football together. It was deep. It's deep in the locker room. Joe, you played football too. It gets deep in the locker room. But Bill and I, back in our day, cell phones and all that kind of stuff, that wasn't like prominent. Like that wasn't like people didn't have phones in their hand all day long back then. So when we were in the locker room, I remember it being, and again, most stuff is historic in my mind at this point, but we would just sit there in silence. Like it would be like a vibe, like there'd be music if there's music, but like it was like a team thing, not a lot of individual going on. But nowadays in the locker room, are kids, are players more connected to the outside world pre-wartime, like in your pregame?
I would assume so. There's definitely phone usage in the locker room. I mean, thinking back to when I was in high school, it wasn't as crazy as it is now, but it was starting to ramp up. And you would definitely see people on their phones in the locker room. And it's just kind of however you would get ready for the game. You're in your own space. Everybody kind of, everybody knows how the other person gets prepared for the game. So you would see people on their phones. You would see some people not on their phones, just listening to music. Nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised to see the entire team just sitting there on their phone. So maybe to your point, yeah, maybe they did in the locker room see these flag plantings happening and say, all right, if we lose, we're not letting that happen. But that's the problem. You can't say if we lose, because then it's a possibility.
Well, and I think the kids got themselves in trouble this week because I feel like after these events happen, they get on Snapchat or Instagram or whatever, and they're still emotional about whatever situation just occurred. And now they're going on, putting themselves in their uniform with their shoulder pads still on.
Therapy session.
Helmet off.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Yeah, right.
And they're just venting their feelings in the moment, which is a tough look. Because, sometimes we say things we might not necessarily mean. So, yeah, that'll be, it'll be interesting. It was fight night in college football.
It was. But, there were no, at least from the Michigan-Ohio State game, no suspensions were handed out, which...
$100,000 fine, though.
Well, yeah, but what do the players care?
Yeah, it's true.
They don't. It's not coming from the players,
program.
So they're not making any kind of a statement on it. They're just, doing something for the sake of looking like they're doing something. $100,000 to a school, it's like...
Those are baby numbers.
Yeah, that's one semester for 2 kids. They don't care.
You know what I'm talking about, Justin. Those baby numbers.
Yeah. Small.
Yeah, little.
Yeah, tiny. Nothing compared to what the multi-cajillions that they got for their athletic department.
Yeah.
Right.
But the portal, too, becomes a factor for me here, right? And here's the connection. I get in trouble at school. Now, let's say coach says, all right, new policy. No cell phones in the locker room pregame.
Peace.
You might want to leave.
I'm out.
You might want to transfer.
I'm taking my talents to somewhere where the internets appreciate me.
Peace.
Because that's what's really, right? Some of these kids, unfortunately, because now with the sports, are going to get more eyes on them because of this than they will because of their ability to play or inability to play.
And that's another thing about the portal is if you get in trouble, you can now leave the trouble by transferring, or you can just leave a situation that you're uncomfortable with instead of sticking through it and figuring out how to make it work.
Are you allowed to leave mid-season in college
No,
football or anything like that?
I mean, you could be dismissed from a team at any point. That's
Sure.
all, at the team's discretion.
But can I use the portal and dip set in the
No,
middle of the season?
there are set times where the transfer portal is open.
Did you see Andrew Luck as Stanford's new football
Yeah,
GM?
yeah.
What'd you think about that?
Did you see the letter written by Captain Andrew Luck on Twitter?
I did. I saw that. That was
The
funny.
best Twitter page there is.
That
yeah,
was pretty funny.
It's pretty cool to see him back in football. You know, we don't hear from him, and he was a great prospect and had a pretty good career. But you know, the injuries kind of threw that for a slide. But it's good to see him in football still.
GM, so he's going to be managing some peeps. He's going to be managing the overall. So basically, what you see out of Stanford's program is a reflection of his ability to lead at that level. So that's pretty cool to see players. You know, it's like Greg Olson goes into broadcasting. You see Tom Brady now into broadcasting. GMs, and ownership. I mentioned Big Papi going to a little bit of baseball here. David Ortiz, buying into.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. He's a personality. He's out there. He's on baseball talk shows during the playoffs, the pregame and postgame shows. So I'm not surprised that he's trying to be a part of the team that he was with for a majority of his career and won a couple World Series with.
I've tried to hold my tongue as long as I can, Joe. Panthers got cheated, though, yesterday. Bill, I got the clip ready for you, and they got cheated.
All right, let's see the catch.
Joe, the process of catching a football.
Nobody knows.
You've got to control. You got to be inbounds in some way, shape, or form, whether an elbow or a knee or 2 times before Sunday. I don't know.
You know what I found out recently that I didn't know was true? 2 right feet does not equal a left and a right foot. So if you tap your right foot twice, that is only 1 foot in bounds.
Oh.
I thought it was always if you tap 1 foot twice, it counts as 2 feet. Because we know one knee.
Like points of contact.
Right, right. So if you just tap down twice with 1 foot, it
That's
doesn't
knee
count.
and elbow down, by the way, inbounds right here for Thielen. This is down right there. So does he maintain the control through? How is that not an
it's
angle?
a hard angle.
How is that not an angle to see? You're saying you can't have any move? Like, that's a high standard.
So right there is where it looks like he possesses it, but I can't tell if it bobbles after his elbow hits, because it's not his knee that causes the bobble.
Should be a good angle here.
Yeah,
That's the angle, right?
They keep showing angles from his backside. I want to see his front side and see if that ball moves. Like, you can't see the ball.
Who are these
there.
camera people sitting on the ground right there in front of him?
Show
Let's
me one
find
where
them.
it's not a catch.
Yeah.
Well, then I would say show me an angle from the other side of the field, and I can tell you if it was or wasn't, because they're blocking the ball in every angle that they show you.
No, I mean, just put it to rest, then release the footage.
Yeah.
Is this too much power for
Stop
the
the count.
referees? Because the whole thing here is that it was ruled an incompletion,
Right.
and then you have to have decisive proof
Right.
that it is not a catch.
Was this under 2?
Or that it is a catch.
I don't believe it was.
Right.
But so it's the terminology is what you have to listen to when something is called not a catch on the field, and then they say the call on the field is confirmed or the call on the field stands as called are 2 different things. Stand as calls means that there was no evidence to say, okay, we can reverse this. But if the call on the field is confirmed, that means, yes, there was evidence. We could tell that was the correct call. I still don't know. I mean, it was called not a catch. You need indisputable video evidence that it is a catch to reverse the call. And I guess they didn't feel like they had that.
You mentioned it was Baker Mayfield who started the plant flagging.
He was
thing?
asked about it after the game as well.
And he's the quarterback for the Tampa Bay
for
Bucks.
Yeah.
And he's suing his family.
And the refs.
Yeah, that's an interesting story there.
Wait, he's not.
This is a catch.
Yeah. Joe Berg,
Yeah,
WSIC sports
sure.
director, host of the Scoreboard. He'll be breaking it down.
No, that's a station approach. Station-wide. That's a catch.
Yeah. We're all in unison. That public policy.
All right.
That's a grab.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in.
You should really stick around to hear what the crazy gang of 3 have to say next. Good morning, LKN on WSIC.
Well, the month of December starting off actually feeling like the holidays, just downright cold as we start a new work week. Plenty of sunshine and mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight, dropping into the low and mid-20s, and could even see a snowflake or a couple of flurries. Wouldn't cause any issues, though, just something a little fun to see. Low 40s, plenty of sunshine on the way for our Tuesday, just cold and dry all week long. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Christmas in Davidson returns on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Santa's arrival and the tree lighting ceremony will be Thursday, December 5th at 6 p.m. on the town green. Christmas in Davidson runs nightly from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. The lighting of the downtown Statesville Christmas tree is set for Thursday, December 5th. Enjoy classic holiday songs at 6 p.m., watch Santa arrive in style, and see the tree lit at 6:45. Train rides will be available to kids of all ages, while horse-drawn carriage rides will surround you with sights and sounds of the holidays. Then on Friday, make plans to stop by Statesville City Hall for the Shop and Stroll and Santa Central. See you Thursday and Friday in downtown Statesville for Christmas and holiday fun. This Friday, downtown Mooresville presents the first of 2 mistletoe sip-and shops. Downtown's unique shops and businesses will offer open houses, store specials, treats, and more. Bring your favorite people and enjoy shopping small this holiday season. Downtown Mooresville hosts the Mistletoe Sip-and Shop Friday from 6 p.m. until 8 along Main and Broad Streets. The North Mecklenburg Holiday Parade will take place Saturday at 1 p.m. The parade begins in Davidson and follows Highway 115 to the conclusion on Catawba Avenue in Cornelius. Visit townofdavidson.org for information. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 8:48. Happy Monday to you. You know, you could have been out and about this weekend. You may have seen Patrick Reynolds somewhere doing his thing, as he always does, out there shouting from the rooftops, telling people about all the great stuff going on in the community. I got to attend Light Up Cornelius this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great event.
Yes. Yeah. I love Light Up Cornelius.
The tree is pretty big.
Yeah. That is a very big expansion that they moved from Cornelius Town Hall to the Kane Center. It was almost restarting a new event. It was the idea on paper was to shift it from Town Hall to the Kane Center. And last year, I believe, was the first, if my memory serves, the first time we shifted it across the street. And I say we, like I'm in charge. I wasn't, but somebody did. And
we as a community
have shifted it across the street. And it wasn't really a shifting. The image or the vibe I got last year was that we like ended one event and began a new one. New dynamics, new celebration, new entertainment, new vision, and room to grow. And I think it had been maxed out over at the town hall. And I think this gives it a new platform to really expand and grow in many years to come. I think, forward vision on the town of Cornelius, props to them for making that shift.
We got there a little early. So start at 4. We got there like 3:45. We just happened to be on time, like leaving the house. It was like one of those rare times where like everyone had their shoes on, coats were on. I don't know. Usually we have about a 17-minute buffer in there that we have to work through. Yeah. So we go to Mama's Pizza, which is down there.
Right there.
Absolutely delicious. I go half cheese, half buff chick. Yeah. Have also little garlic knots with it. Yeah, it was a good time. Pre-game to then Light Up Cornelius, and we get there. It just gets dark so early, so it works so well for me right now. Like, I mean, the tree gets lit at 6:30.
Yeah.
And I'm in bed by 8. You know what I mean? We're feeling good. We're feeling right.
Yeah.
We're there.
I'm an old curmudgeon, I guess, now, where when if we change that clock this time of year, every day, 6 o'clock feels like 10 o'clock. And, if you're probably under 30, you're rolling your eyes, and I'm like, oh, we know you say it every day. And it's like, 8 o'clock feels like midnight, and I am. I'm ready for bed at, like, what is it? Ready for bed, and it's like, I said it. I think I said it yesterday. It was like 6:20, and I was looking for, PJs, brush my teeth. I'm good. I'm done. And it's like, yeah, 6:20. How about dinner?
Last weekend was Birkdale, and then Light Up Cornelius. You got Christmas and Davidson coming up. Mooresville's got their multiple things. Look, you've been around the block for a while, and I'm not calling you old. Seasoned, I'll call you, but I'm not calling you old.
Go ahead.
And you've emceed most of these events at one point or another. You've seen them all grow and change. So I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you hate doing this. Which one's your favorite?
Shut
and you
up.
can't say it's like picking a favorite child. No, you got to pick one. Which one do you look forward to every single year?
Let's see. All right, let me think through them. You got your Birkdale, you got your Davidson, you got your Statesville coming up this week as well, and we just did.
Is Statesville the same weekend as Christmas and Davidson? Okay, so
actually, I think it's the same night.
Okay, so Saturday night?
No, Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday.
Yes. This week, I just heard the community calendar coming in that we recorded last week.
Well, you would know the community.
Oh, I wouldn't have it memorized though. That's how I can't call that season thing. I was like, where's my memory? I only wrote the script and recorded it. You expect me to remember it too? The Christmas in Davidson is this week. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The North Met Christmas Parade is Saturday. And the Statesville events are, I think, Thursday and Friday and Saturday too. Mooresville has a big event Friday. It's very similar of Santa rides, hay rides, hot chocolate, letters to Santa, things like that. Very Christmas for all of the communities. That is all coming up this week. Yeah, 2 weeks ago we had Birkdale. 3 weeks ago we had Langtree. We just passed Light Up Cornelius and Christmas in Cornelius. Cornelius had a big weekend. And
Mooresville's got a classic Christmas coming up
in a
too.
few weeks too. The classic Christmas. If you like Christmas stuff, and this isn't enough for you, I can't help you. It's like there is more tree lightings and
more
reindeer.
cowbell.
Yeah, more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. I gotta have more reindeer, Justin. Give me more reindeer. Give me one more tree lighting. Yeah, but that's all going on last couple weeks, and this week coming up another big one. Lot of tree lightings, and from Statesville to Mooresville.
You're avoiding the question again.
Yes,
Which
I am.
one is your
I
favorite?
tried
Which
so
one
hard
do you
to
look forward to?
Look at that tangent. Hey, look, a squirrel. Which one is my favorite?
And they're all great, and I mean that genuinely. But which one, when you think about it, over the years,
I've been to them all.
Yeah, you've emceed.
I've emceed. I don't think all of them, but most of them I've emceed them. You know what? I'll go back to I'll pick the favorite kid. I'll say Birkdale Village.
Oh,
I will. I'll step forward and say Birkdale Village.
They're doing it real nice these days.
Yes, they are doing it real nice. I think it's different now than when, and I'll go back to sentimentality because the audience and you know how much a sucker I am for my little girl, my daughter. Little girl, she's 19 years old. I still see the little 4-year-old there, And she used to go to the parade and sit on my shoulders, and we'd light the tree, and the candy get thrown out, she'd get her, her
daddy,
her candy cane, and she's on my shoulders, and she's looking at that now. She's off to college now, and navigating being an adult, and the pitfalls, ups and downs that come with that as well. But that memory from back then, and we've been to, she's attended a lot of these too. And so it's like, well, my favorite, attach it to something of personal to me. So I'll say that one because it's attached to me in a personal manner, as opposed to their tree lighting is better than everybody else's. I will say this, they're all different. You'd think a Christmas tree lighting is a Christmas tree lighting. They're not. They're not. They all have a different flavor, different atmosphere, different entertainment, food, how they set up letters to Santa and things like that. They're all different.
I like how they're staggered kind of too, the way that, and I don't know if there's any coordination between the towns on this, right? But how it's almost, you can almost attend all the different ones in some way, shape, or form across all the towns around Lake Norman. It's pretty amazing.
2024 has probably been the best year for that because you do have a limited number of weeks, and all these towns have them. There's some towns that have them. I think Lincolnton just had theirs yesterday as well.
That's right. Yes.
And
shout
I'm
out
not
to the West Side.
West Side of Lake Norman. Hello from WSIC. Huntersville. I'm not like in my memory. I'm like, oh, did they have it yet? Is it coming up? I'm not sure. But within our listening audience, there's a lot of them going on, and there is some staggering. I think a big thing I saw on the schedule this year is Langtree and Brookdale Village used to consistently have on the same night within minutes of each other, you know. And this year, the dates got moved a little bit, so you could go to Langtree 1 week, and then they went theirs early. And Brookdale was 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Look, they said peace couldn't happen, and look, we're proving them wrong. It can happen. It can.
If Langtree and Brookdale can cooperate, anybody can.
That's exactly right. Hey, you're a car guy. Do you love cars?
Yeah, I do.
Do you like okay, look, do you like cars? Like you think about cars throughout your day? Like, cause you do the hot rod and hops thing too.
Yes.
Do you like cars? Like you get excited about cars?
Yes, I do. I get excited about cars. I don't think about them through the day. I used to. My brain used to be around, I want a big shop. What tools am I going to buy next? What am I going to work on tonight? That used to be my mentality. Not today, but I still like cars, and I got a feeling you're going somewhere with this.
I am, and what I want to show you is
what do you got?
I want to show you, Bill. Can you pull up the Jaguar here for it? I'm going to put it up here on the TV for him. I want to get your take on Jaguar. Here's the leaked images, WeChat China.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Jaguar video we looked at?
Yes.
Was it last week?
Yep.
2 weeks ago? Somewhere in that range? Okay, so I describe this as, first off, pink or magenta. Do you have a preference on which?
That looks pink to me.
Okay, pink. Front side Porsche, backside Jaguar. Would you say that as far as it? What do you think?
Doesn't remind me of anything. Gosh. I want to say it reminds me of an older Aston Martin, believe it or not. From like the 60s, an Aston Martin that's been lowered and smoothed around the corners. That's what it reminds me of. Not so much a Porsche or an existing Jaguar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a bigger car guy than me. I'll give that one to you then. We'll go with your answer on this.
Sure.
I'm going to change mine to Aston Martin as well.
What did you think? What was your take?
Front side Porsche, backside Jag. That's what I said.
Okay. Well, if you are watching on the WSIC News app, great time to download the app if you don't have it right now, because you can see what we're talking about here. I don't see a good view of the nose on this car. I see a top view, a back view, and a side view. Don't have a good view on the nose. But yeah, it's I watched a little James Bond over the weekend, so that Aston Martin is fresh in my mind. I love Bond movies, and yeah, the Aston Martin looks like, that's what it reminds me of, but just lowered and rounded on the corners. That's what I would say with the Jaguar.
I'm convinced that I'm going to say 2 years. I'm convinced we're going to see a Tesla robo-taxi in the Lake Norman area. I'm going to call that.
2 years?
Are you okay with autonomous robots driving cars for people in our local community?
No, that's it. That's my no complete sentence. That's my one-word answer. No, I'm not okay with autonomous cars. No, I think the human element there needs to happen, because if autonomy, when you put that in a car, when you put that in anything, it all has to be X's and O's, blacks and white. And I think when you drive, there's a lot of judgment that has to come in. As you and Joe just talked about the Panthers call, there's judgment involved there. Would you want robots deciding all football games? No, because then it would be X's and O's, and there's no room for debate. Same with driving. There has to be room for judgment, and only human beings can do that. Plus, to me, as you said, I'm an old car guy. I find driving fun. Why are we going to take that fun part away from society? I love to drive. Driving a vehicle is fun. Don't take that away just because so someone can sit in the back seat, play on their apps on their phone, and just get to where their destination. It's not about the travel. It's about getting there. It's like life. Deep, huh?
Deep. Those type of deep, intricate conversations happen every day on the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating, you're doing it with Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, presented by Harrison's, located in Mooresville on exit 36. That's Highway 150. Just pop that right off and then right. Well, that's if you're going north. If you're going south, you'd go left. It's a whole thing. Harrison's is right there on 150. Check them out, presenting sponsor of the Home Ad Show. Thanks for hanging out with me, Patrick. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate y'all. Mames is back on Wednesday. Tomorrow, Christine Patterson joins us.
Hey.
Guest co-host. She also is the co-host of iHeart Mooresville. Have a great day, my kid.
Serving you better than